Hey, babe, I'm Brooke Jean, licensed therapist, coach, mama, and your straight talking guide to ditching the pressure and living a life unperfected. I've coached some of the top C suite women in America, women leading $1 million companies while secretly falling apart. I've been her. I blend psychology, neuroscience, and energetics with lived experience to help high achieving women actually heal so that they can access their limitless energy, creativity, and vitality. So if you're a perfection obsessed woman who's checked every damn box, career, family, house, 401k, but still feels low-key dead inside, you're in the right place. Here we rip off the good girl mask, call out the BS, and build a life that actually feels like yours. We're talking healing, we talk revealing, we talk rising, and we do it raw, real, and unfiltered. Well, hello, my love. Welcome back to the Unperfected Pod. I'm Brooke Jean, your host, also known as Mrs. Claus this time of year. And I am so happy and grateful that you are here. Today on the show, I am going to be sharing with you my December's survive and maybe even thrive list. I don't know about you, but the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas is just like so fast this year. And I swear it's like what our mothers said when we were young and we thought it was so annoying. Like time is speeding up and going faster and faster. And like that is actually happening. That truth that our mothers told us that used to make us say, gag me, mom, gag me with a spoon. Now I'm like, oh my God, where has the time gone? It's Christmas time. But I want to share with you guys a couple of things, a couple of thoughts, um, techniques, things that you can do, intentions that you can have going into and completing the month of December so that you can maybe keep a shred of your sanity. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. Brooke's December survive and maybe even thrive list. Step number one, the first thing that I want you to do, babes, which is going to go against what your nervous system and brain are wanting you to do at this particular moment, which is to stop and zoom out. Okay? When we get stressed, when we get overwhelmed, it's because we're looking too close at like one particular thing. Like, what am I getting my kids for Christmas? What is the Christmas meal gonna be? What's happening with the wrinkles on my face? Listen, honey, anytime you look at anything that close for that long, it's ugly. Okay? So before we even get sucked into the vortex that is the holiday frenzy, I would like you to take a moment to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. And I want you to get out your calendar and I want you to go through the months, January until now. And I want you to look at all of the things that you did, all of the people that you showed up for. I want you to look at your personal and your professional calendars. Look at all of the games and practices and performances that you got your kids to. Look at all of the date nights that you had. Look at all of the yoga classes that you went to. Look at the vacations you went on. Look at the product that you launched or the work thing that you did. I need you to zoom out and connect to the truth, which is that you are a powerhouse bad mama jamma who is already done more than enough this year, because you have. Whenever I zoom out and I look at my calendar, so this is a practice that I do every single month and at the end of the year, by the way. I zoom out and I'll go back. So, like, let's use November as an example. I will look at my monthly calendar. So it's like a snapshot, and I will look at all of the things that were on my calendar, all of the intentions that I set, the things that I followed through on, the way that I showed up for me and my family and my clients and the business. Like, just, it's so important that we take a moment to see how far we've come instead of only focusing on how much more there is to do. So you're at the year end, so you're feeling like all this pressure to get all of these things tied up for the holidays and to meet your year end goals for your business. It's like there's just so much, and we need actual energy to do that. So, how we're going to get some energy to do that, I know it sounds counterintuitive, is to actually zoom out and look at how much you've already done. And then I want you to celebrate the heck out of that. There's no way that there's a woman listening to this that if I were to look at your calendar, I wouldn't be like, damn, bitch, look at you. Look at this. That is a full calendar. And even if it's not full, even if it has some spaciousness, double stars for you that you were able to hold it down with all the things that you hold while finding spaciousness. We want to pause and we want to celebrate how far we've come, because that feel good chemical that you're going to release in your brain when you look at something like that is going to be the intrinsic inspiration to do what we need to do to survive and maybe even thrive in December. Okay? So do not skip this part. If you're like me and you have some anxiety and you have some overachiever and you have some perfectionism and you have some high functioning people pleasing and high functioning codependency, your brain doesn't want to take a break to do these things. I know, I see you. Your brain is like, what else can I get crossed off my list? But here's what I want to tell you. If we pause now and look at the good and look at the enoughness and feel gratitude for how far we've come, the rest of the steps that I'm going to ask you to do are going to be more available. Okay? Continuing to serve from a dry well is really just a recipe for like a Christmas Eve meltdown. Okay. So we are going to try to take better care of ourselves this year and avoid that resentment and that overwhelm and whatever bubbles up where you're just like, why am I doing this? What's it all for? This is too much. I'm not enjoying myself. We're not doing that this year. This year, we're getting in front of these things and we're taking good care of ourselves so that we can have a holiday that, dare I say, we might even enjoy just a little bit. So please don't skip this step. Pull out your calendar and look at how you've showed up for your life, in your leadership, and for your family, for your friends, for your team in this last year. You have done so much. And I am so freaking proud of you, because what's not going to be on your calendar is all the hard stuff that you personally went through, whether it was relationally, whether it was spiritually, whether it was, economically. You went through hard things and you still showed up for the people that you love. I want you to take a moment to genuinely, like, hand on heart, be proud of yourself, because it's a lot. Okay. So don't skip that step. Number 2 is have some MF and boundaries. Have some boundaries. We don't need to go to 2 to 3 holiday parties a week. And at those holiday parties, we don't need to be dressed to the nines with a new outfit. And we don't need to drink all that wine. And we don't need to eat all that brie cheese. And we don't need to miss out on sleep. We don't need to do that unless it's a full body yes for you. So when I challenge you to have boundaries, the first step is to go inward and ask myself, like, what am I a yes for? I am a yes for this tradition. I'm not a yes anymore for having everybody over at my house. I am a yes for this. I'm not a yes for that. I want you to actually write down what you normally do and use your body as a guide to give you the signals of if it's something you want to continue doing. We don't have to do the things we've always done just because we've always done them. Those shoulds and supposed tos lead us right toward overwhelm, burnout, resentment, all of the things that are super unfun. Okay. So, where can you reel it back? Now, if you're the type of person that loves to go out and loves to do those things, then by all means, go off queen. But the main thing here is asking your body, not your mind, because your mind is going to tell you what you should and supposed to do. Your body, do I want to go to this party? Do I want to celebrate in this way? Do I want to keep this tradition? Do I want to hang out with these people? Do I want to take this time off of work? Do I want to spend that much money? Do I? And when your brain tries to tell you what you should do, invitation to go a little bit deeper and go, but what feels good to me? Okay, this is a game changer. That leads me to number 3, which is presence over presence and pressure. So instead of putting the pressure on yourself to have the most magnificent Christmas spread, whether it's through the decorations or it's your Hanukkah traditions or it's the gift giving or it's the Christmas card or it's the little holiday things that you do with your kids, let me tell you what. You know that your kids play with the box the toys come in more than they play with the damn toys. What your kids, partners, family, friends, loved ones actually want is presence. And what you actually crave in your being, in your nervous system, is presence. And so, where are you getting caught up in the frenzy of I need to buy all this and do all that? And where can you tone it down so that you can actually be grounded, be resourced, show up in your fullness, right? So instead of doing all of the Christmas traditions with your kids, what if you just did one and spent time doing what looks like nothing but being fully present? So here's a perfect example. Yes, you could go to the Denver Zoo lights, and maybe you love that. But that's an expense. It's cold. It's downtown. You have to drive. You have to park. You have to you know that the kids are going to want hot cocoa and treats, and you know that they're going to want a stuffy at the end. We can do that. Or we can make hot cocoa at home, get bundled up, and go walk around the neighborhood and check out everybody's holiday decorations. And we can make that just as fun as the big to do. And so be looking at if the big to-dos are your favorite, then do them. If they overwhelm you, scale them back. You don't need to cut them all out, but maybe do 1 this season or 2 this season and allow yourself to do what feels like it's not that big of a deal. Let yourself do those things. Those are going to be the moments your people remember because you're going to be fully there. So presence over presence means clearing off your calendar so that you have less to do so that you can bring all of you to those things where you are all there, all in, locked in with your family, listening to them, noticing their giggles and their smiles, noticing the beauty of the sky, laughing. Like that, mom's presence is so freaking powerful, you guys. We don't have to fill, we don't have to back our self-worth up with the new hot toy and the most amazing trend and the coolest Instagram photos and the da 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 da. You don't have to do that, my love. You don't. Your kids are going to remember the Monopoly that you played next to the fire with the hot apple cider, making fart sounds, laughing your fanny off, more than just the big events. Again, there is no right or wrong here. It all depends on what feels good to you. But a lot of us are doing what we did growing up. So we're just trying to pass on traditions. And while there's some beauty in that, us enjoying it is probably one of the most important parts, if not the most important part. Or we're trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like everybody, gets a photographer and sends out a beautiful picture. I don't know about you guys. I don't do that every year. I might do that once every 5 years. Um, People are all going to the zoo lights. People are going to the blossom of lights. People are going to just, dude, don't do it unless you genuinely want to and you feel like you can be present. Put less things on your calendar, take more, take less nights out. Don't spend as much money. Don't give yourself as much work, and allow yourself to be with your pets, your family, your partner, your people that you love. Presence over pressure, and presence, the things. That is the freaking money move, at least for me. So I wanted to share that. Number 4, and this is for definitely when you are with other people. So whether you're hosting at your house or all the kids are home and their friends are over, or you're going to your in-laws for Christmas, or you're going to your work Christmas party, when you're around other people, at the top of the hour, every hour, I want you to step away and take a pause for yourself. Whether that is going outside and having some stillness and some quiet and taking some deep breaths and looking at the stars, or if you're in your own home, going up to your master bathroom and, primary bathroom, and closing all the doors and listening to some bilateral music and breathing. Having a moment in the morning where everyone is still sleeping to do your meditation or your breath work. Just to get out of the house. Like, we need moments where we can have the silence and where we can turn our attention inward to see how we're doing. And a lot of times we don't realize that we're getting overwhelmed and we're getting overstimulated, and it goes from 0 to 50. But if you're really, and I'm talking about a couple minutes, you guys. I started doing this a couple Thanksgivings ago. We host Thanksgiving and it's not even crazy. It's literally just my little family and my mom, my dad, my brother, and my sister. And I love all these people dearly. But every hour I step away and I go outside by myself, or I go in my bathroom by myself, and I just regulate my damn nervous system. I can hear my own thoughts. I can connect to my heart. I can open my energy. I can ground my energy into the earth. And then I'm like ready for another hour of presence, of entertainment, of connection, of laughter, of play, of all the things. So this is such an underutilized thing. It seems like it wouldn't make that big of a deal, but it does. Top of the hour, every hour, remove yourself from the group. And I don't care if that's in your car, if it's outside, if it's on a walk, if it's up in your bathroom, if it's in someone else's bathroom. Step away from everyone. Breathe deep and put your awareness on yourself. These little mini pauses are like charging stations for your social battery. And I don't care if you're introverted or extroverted. I just feel like with all the noises and the Christmas music and the glitters and the food and the sequence and the present and the laughter and the all of it, it's a lot of stimulation coming at us. And if we don't take a pause to group, to resource, and to ground, it starts piling up. And then tonight's party piles up to tomorrow's day with the kids, piles up to Wednesday at work, piles up to the next thing. And, most of us are still working through the holiday season. We're not off for 2 or 3 weeks, at least here in America. So it's overstimulating if you're working, but it's also overstimulating being at home with the kids and all the extra stuff that the holidays bring into the house. So, the power of the frickin' pause. Let's recap what we have so far. Number 1, zoom out and look at how much you've already done this year and feel good about you and how far you've come and everything that you've done. Celebrate the heck out of that. Number 2 is have some effing boundaries. We're only saying yes if it's something we genuinely want to do. We're not saying yes because we're doing it out of obligation. People can feel that, by the way. If you come to my thing out of obligation, I can feel that. But if you come because you wanted to come, that's a different energy. If I come to your thing because I feel like I have to, I'm bringing a different energy than if I'm like stoked to come to your thing or to come see you. And also, do not be giving people guilt trips. Okay? The guilt trips are done. If somebody says no to your party, to your invitation, it's not because they don't like you, honey. It's because they have enough going on. Give them grace and then watch how the same grace is offered for you. If you're a grandmother, stop making your kids feel guilty for not coming over all the time. Like, everybody's doing the best we can. The guilt trips are out, the boundaries are in. Do what makes you feel alive and do a heck of a lot less, because that leads me to number 3, presence over presence. What can you do to declutter your schedule so that you can allow yourself to be fully there for the things that you do say yes to? Those are the moments your people are going to remember. And number 4, the power of the pause. At the top of the hour, step away from the group and go deep breathe and have a moment to yourself. I cannot tell you how amazing this is. Okay. Number 5, ask, allow, and receive what you need. So, as moms, typically we're all so busy trying to make miracles and magic happen and get everybody the perfect gift and bring the perfect side dish to the potluck and have the da 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 da. And we forget to ask for what we want. So take a moment to think about, what do you desire for you this holiday season? Whether that is a work schedule, whether that's a new tradition you want to start, whether that's, ordering in instead of cooking the meal, whether that's a gift that you really want to get from your loved ones or your partner. We've got to do better at checking in with ourselves and asking what we want and then asking for it and then actually allowing it and receiving it. So what we don't do is we don't communicate what we want. And then guess what happens? Disappointment galore. And then because we're disappointed, when we keep putting in all the effort to create the magic and the miracles, this is how resentment builds. But it's like, girls, we need to get better at asking for help. And then we need to get better at allowing it in and receiving it. Let your partner spoil you. Let your children spoil you. Let your, caterer cater for you. Let your neighbors take the kids for a couple hours so you can do some holiday shopping. Like, and because it's not just about the actual stuff or the events of the holiday, it's the holiday breaks. And I don't know about you guys, but I cannot be around kids 24/7 every single day, day after day. I lose my mind. So where can you do some play date trades with your friends, kids, families, right? Your friends, your kids, let me say that again. Your kids, friends, families, right? Ask for help. Ask for what you want and then allow it. Receive it. People try to help us and we're like, no, I'm good. I got it. Well, do you want me to help you with this? No, I'm good. I got it. Well, what if I take this? No, I'm good. I got it. And then guess what happens? We're overwhelmed and we're pissed off. Now we have a pissed off Mrs. Claus, which does not help the holiday be that much more jolly. Okay? Okay. Okay, so the last one, you guys, is we have to just laugh at this shit. Okay? Things are not going to go your way. You're going to burn the ham. The thing that you ordered online is not going to come in time. Somebody's going to drink too much and act a fool at the Christmas party. Like, things are most for sure not going to go your way. And the quicker that you get a sense of humor about that and lighten up, the better off everyone is going to be. Things are not going to go as planned, but they're usually making room for something even better. This was a huge lesson that I was teaching my daughter and her bestie yesterday. I was really excited to spend the day doing something holiday related with my daughter and her best friend because I just feel like I haven't had that quality time in a couple of weeks. And so we decided that the kids were going to come here and play in the morning, and then I was going to take them ice skating. Well, we go to the ice skating rink and they have a private party. So then we ended up going to a local park. Well, Chloe fell not once, but twice because she wasn't wearing her snow boots because they decided to build a snowman before we left. So all their gear was wet. So then when we went to the park, they didn't have the right gear. We were slipping and sliding around. And I was just like, oh my God, this is like fail number 2. And then I remembered these things aren't working out because something bigger and better is at play. And so we get in the car and I can see that my daughter's bummed out. She's like trying to pretend that she didn't hurt herself falling and she's cold. And, the disappointment, you can just feel it. And Chloe goes, Mom, what if we go to Dave and Buster's? Friend has never been. And I was like, really? Friend has never been? So we ended up going home, getting dry, getting new clean clothes, getting our water bottles filled up and driving all the way. So this was a journey, guys, cuz the ice skating rink was like 20 minutes away. So we have to go home and then the Dave and Buster's is like 30 minutes away. But I'm like, screw it. Like we don't have to be home by any sort of time. Let's put on some Christmas music. Let's go home and get comfy and let's go play our fannies off. And those girls had the time of their life. And we were warm and we were cozy and we could eat and all of it. And they worked together to get as much tickets as they could. And they bought their presents with their tickets. And it turned into this beautiful lesson that when things aren't working out, it might be because something even cooler is coming through. And I got to be in that and I got to share that and teach that with these girls. Now, of course, they're both like rolling their eyes at me like, can you please save your therapy life coaching shit for us when we're 22? No, I actually can't. Okay. Everything turns into a life lesson. I know that's annoying, but when you really believe these things by the time you're 22, I promise your life is going to be easier. So you have to laugh at shit. Like, of course, we got all bundled up and went to the thing and it didn't work out. And of course, they were too wet with their gear anyways. And of course, we fell at the thing. And of course, and of course, and of course. But because we were light and playful and so unserious about it, we ended up having such a fun late afternoon, us 3 girls. And because I didn't let things not working out mess with my mood, we had even more fun. If I would have been grumpy and cranky about all of these things, when mom's cranky, nobody's having fun. And that I don't say that to put pressure on you to be fake happy all the time, because that is literally part of the mess that we've gotten ourselves into. I mean, genuinely being okay, not fake happy, but genuinely being okay and laughing at life and how ridiculous it is and how things don't work out. And like, that is an actual strategy that you can use to lighten up, to be okay, to play with things, and to be present. Okay? Like, my husband will tell you, I am like banned in the family from online shopping because I mess it up every time. I don't understand sizing. I get the wrong sizing. I always order 2. I somehow now am in a subscription that I didn't know I signed up for. It sent it to my old house that we lived in 5 years ago. Like, y'all, I am a hot mess express when it comes to buying stuff online. And now at this point, we have to laugh at it. We have to be silly with it. I take my husband as a partner and I have him look at my work and like, it just doesn't have to be so serious. And that has taken a lot of pressure off of me. And so really all 6 of these are I feel like I was going to go somewhere else with that story. Being terrible at online shopping and really doing most things online. Your girl is terrible at it. But why was I telling you that? This is such mom brain and perimenopause in real time. Oh, well, I'm going to move on. If it comes back, fabulous. If not, we have to just laugh at shit, you guys. It's not so serious. Why are we making it so serious? Why are we allowing it to steal our joy and our presence? So these 6 things help me zoom out and keep perspective and take care of myself so that I can be the woman I want to be for the people that I love during the holiday season. So let's recap them because I really wanted to keep this under 30 minutes for you. Number one, well, this is December's survive and maybe even thrive list. Number one, zoom the heck out and look at all that you've done and celebrate yourself. It's enough. You're enough. You've done enough. Anything that happens in December, honey, is icing on the cake. We're going into this month with an abundance mindset, not a scarcity mindset. Number two, have some effing boundaries. If it's not a heck yes in your body, it's a no. You do not have to keep going to all the things, hosting all the things, buying all the things, eating all the things, drinking all the things, doing all the things. Choose what makes you feel alive, because when you do that, it's going to help you with number three, which is presence over presence and pressure. What I really want for you is to have moments that you're fully present with your family, with your partner, with your pets, with whomever it is that you surround yourself with. I want you to remember some things because you were totally there. And when we're fully present, there really isn't a lot to feel yuck about. It's when we start to think about things that it starts to get a little bit crunchy, okay? Number four is the power of the pause. Step away from the group at the top of every hour and take 2 to 3 minutes to yourself to breathe and just connect and regulate your nervous system. This is a game changer. Where did I put my last one? Number 5 is ask, allow, and receive. Okay? Nobody likes a martyr. Nobody likes a martyr. Don't fall into that trap, babe. You don't have to do all the things, and you can ask for help, and you can ask for what you need. And then when somebody is willing to help you, please, for the love of God, let them. Let them. Okay? We're already the magic and miracle makers. You don't need to be any more super mom. You're already super mom. Okay? We're not getting extra credit points for doing it all and not allowing any help in. Because honestly, when we become the martyr and we keep giving from an empty well, this is how we burn out. This is how we get irritable. This is how we move out of presence and into dysregulation. And last but not least, and also probably the most important therapeutic technique of my life, is laugh at shit. Nothing has to be that serious, you guys. And I mean that in like full sincerity. Things are not going to go as planned. Expect it. You know, women, one of our biggest wounds is the disappointment wound. And it's because we have all these expectations and then we don't communicate them. And then when things don't go to plan, we get upset, but then we feel like a brat for being upset. So we stuff that disappointment, that frustration, that sadness, that anger, that rage, that grief. And guess what? Over time, that shit bubbles up. So let's not collect resentments this holiday season. Let's show up being the people that we want to be, being present, being alive, taking care of ourselves so that we can take care of each other. We don't need to overdo it. The overdoing it is out. The being present is in. So my loves, write these down. Try to play with maybe just one and let me know how it's serving you. Okay, my loves, let's not lose our minds in December. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, babe, if you made it this far, I know you're serious about taking action and creating a life you actually love. Just by showing up, you're telling yourself and the universe, I matter. I'm ready. Let's go. So don't be surprised if things start shifting in your favor. If this episode moved you, do me a favor. Follow, rate, and review the show on Apple or Spotify, and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Brooke Jean Unperfected. It helps us reach more women, more mamas who are ready to do this work. And if something really landed, DM me on Instagram at Brooke Jean Unperfected or share a clip and tag me. I want to see what's moving through you and continue to support your journey. And hey, make sure you download my free guide, Get Unstuck. 5 therapeutic steps to take aligned action. All the links are in the show notes, and let's get you moving.